Hey guys, welcome back. It is Drew from MechaWorks. Today I have the hottest gun of late 2019, early 2020. That is the Springfield Hellcat. So, you guys know the drill. We're going to cover the specs, the pros, the cons of the gun. That's really going to be about it. I'm going to try to get some more shooting into this video. So let's roll the intro and we'll get right to it. Let's go.
Now turn up.
Alright guys, so most of you know that two guns swept 2019, and that's going to be the Sig Sauer P365 and the Springfield Hellcat. So these guns took 2019 by storm. The supply and demand of this gun was all over the place last year. I know they came out, I want to say March or May last year, something like that. I didn't get mine until November, but I wasn't actively looking for one until about October after I shot one, and I looked here, about every gun shop in the local area in about a 50-mile radius could not, everybody said that they were on a waiting list, and sorry, when they come in, they come in. So, finally got mine around November, and I like it, it's a good gun. Let's just get down to the specs. You guys know how these videos work by now. So, specs, it's a 3-inch barrel. It's a striker-fired polymer handgun. Trigger weight is, I've looked everywhere. Some places are saying 5 pounds, some places are saying 7. This trigger, I'm not going to lie, feels right in the middle. Feels 5.5, 6 pounds, somewhere around there. Very nice trigger. We'll get to that in a minute. 13 and 11 round magazine. One is flush fit, if you want to call it that, and the other one is extended. Very, very good gun. I like it so far. This one has the night sights. I'm not sure if Springfield offered night sights directly from the factory, standard sights directly from the factory, but this gun, here's a little shot of it here, does have the front night sight. It's pretty nice. I like it because it looks like my HK's tritium night sights, so I like it because of that. But yeah, let's move on to the pros and cons of this gun. So let's roll. So what made this gun so hot for 2019? Well, to start off with, it's gonna be the size versus capacity. This gun is a micro compact pistol, and with the extended base plate here, 13 plus 1 rounds, and it's still only that big. Yes, it's a little tiny bit bigger than a Glock 43, but you can justify the bump in size because it's 14 rounds, so 13 plus 1 versus my Glock 43 with an ETS magazine, and that's 8 plus 1 or 9 plus 1. So you get a lot more ammo on board for this gun, and that is one of the biggest reasons this gun is so hot right now. And especially compared to the SIG 365, and I'll have a video for that soon. But this is a very comfortable gun to shoot. It's a very comfortable gun to conceal, very easy to conceal, very easy to carry. But that leads me on to my next point here of why it's so good, is the grip. Now, here's a nice close-up. The grip, you could say, is like soft sandpaper. So the gun isn't going to rub your hands raw at the range after 100 rounds, and it's definitely not going to fly out of your hands because, yeah, it's a 9 micro, so it's going to be snappy. But it's very comfortable. I do like here, if you look towards the front of the gun, I do like that there's a little trigger pad, or a trigger finger pad up there. So obviously, if your finger's not on the trigger, naturally you place your finger up on the frame parallel to the barrel. And I like that they thought of that. That's pretty cool. Fits my fingers perfectly. The sights on this gun are pretty good, as you can see here. It has a U-shaped rear sight and a tritium yellow in the front. I'm not sure if they all come with tritium yellows or this is just how I bought mine. I honestly didn't even know this had night sights on it until I took it out of the box. I was like, oh, nice. So I don't know if I got free night sights or what, because I didn't get that option. But yeah, it's very comfortable. The trigger on this gun is very comfortable as well. Here's a small demonstration. Let me not shoot myself in the hand or anything. So the trigger is very nice. Like I said earlier, it's 5 to 7 pounds, but this one has just a tiny little bit of creep right before it breaks, and the reset is very audible, very recognizable. So for those of you that are trigger aficionados, this is very good. For those of you who don't care about triggers, this trigger is very good. So don't worry about that. Now, one of the very interesting features of this gun that I know not many guns have, I noticed this morning, and I did a little bit of research on it, and Springfield did engineer this gun this way. So normally when you press a gun up against something or someone, God forbid, you press the gun out of battery, like this. So the gun's now out of battery, and the trigger will not move at all. Well, if you look here, you could see that the recoil guide rod is protruding just a tiny bit parallel with the barrel. Now what that does is, this gun's clear and unloaded, I just showed you. You could press up against something with force and still be able to pull the trigger. So there's an old saying that goes around that if somebody presses a gun up against you, like puts a barrel in your back or something, to actually lean into it, forcing the gun out of battery, that way the trigger cannot be pulled. It's a very, very brave move, I'll say that, but it's effective. However, this gun stops that, so you can put all the force you want and it'll still go. So I do think that that's very neat. I honestly haven't seen, I don't know of anything or any other handgun out there that has this feature. I'm sure there's one out there, but I just thought that was pretty neat. So yeah, let's move on to the cons of this gun, shall we? I hit it. Okay guys, so we all know with good things there's bad things, right? Well, this gun's no exception, and this first thing isn't necessarily a bad thing or a complaint, it's just an observation. Remember, this is a 13+1 gun, and if you're carrying 135 grain like personal defense ammo, it's going to be heavier. So just keep that in mind when you load this thing up and you go to carry it and you're like, wow, this gun's pretty heavy. Well, you have more ammo on board. I'm just saying, it's something to keep in mind. It's noticeably heavier, so just keep that in mind. Now, my chief complaint with this gun, and I'm being 100% serious when I say this, you're going to think it's silly, but this gun pinches. Yeah, you heard that right. You heard that right. This gun pinches everybody that shoots it. And I don't know if this is a particular problem, like this gun in particular has the problem, or if it's all Hellcats. But it pinches you right where the magazine meets the magwell. So right where you see this line, that's where it pinches. So for me, it pinches right here. And when I grip up on it like that, my hand is like, oh, here it comes, we're about to get pinched again. So it's noticeable. It not gonna lie, after about 2 magazines, you're like, I don't want to shoot this gun anymore. And like I said, I don't know if that's this gun in particular or if it's all of them. I hope it's not all of them, because that would suck. I'm sure we would have heard it by now all over the gun news if they all did it. But, which leads me to my next point. On the 11-round magazine, you can see that it's not exactly rounded, and it jabs you right here. So it's not exactly a rounded corner, especially on the magwell. You can kind of see that it's really pointed, and this just might be a me thing, but every time you shoot this gun, it jabs you right there, and after a couple magazines, you're just like, I don't want to shoot this gun anymore. I'm not gonna lie. So that might be, like I said, it might just be me. I don't know. But the price point for this gun is, I've seen them for $500, I've seen them for $600, I've seen them with night sights at $550 and $620. So you might think that's a lot, you might think it's very affordable. Everybody has their own budget, everybody has their own preference and their opinion. Awesome. The other downside to this gun is the rail, if you want to call it. It does have a Picatinny rail, it's just the one insert, and that does limit you on what you can put on this gun for accessories. Not every accessory is going to fit on this gun, and I'm not going to lie, most probably won't. So just keep that in mind. Now, let me go back to what I said about the money, like the cost of this. This kind of annoyed me. I'm not going to lie. This is what it comes in. That's what it comes in. So when you pay $600 for this gun, you get a little zippy zip. You get like a little, I don't know, a gun purse? I don't know what to call this. I mean, come on, for $600? That's my other complaint is, I mean, that's what you get. Dogs barking. What I was trying to say before I was interrupted is you get better cases with guns that are half the price of this thing. So, you know, I'm not saying, obviously you're not going to carry this thing everywhere with the gun. This gun's not going to live in here. But, I mean, come on. Like, first impressions are everything when it comes to the firearms market. And this is just, I'm going to leave it at that. So, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. I really appreciate all of the kind words of encouragement and keeping me going on this. With that being said, I look forward to seeing you guys next time. So remember to do awesome, be awesome, and stay awesome. You guys are great. I'll see you next time.